Mudryk is a flop. There, I said it. And this is one of the reasons he has turned to using substance. The guy is not innocent. He is doping. And I know some of us think otherwise, but let's be honest, guys. This guy has been through so much. When he came to Chelsea, we all thought he would be this big star, but he flopped. No matter how many chances he got, he was poor with the ball and fans stopped believing in him. Let me tell you something. The worst thing that can happen to a football player is fans not believing him. That thing hits you hard and you can do anything to get their trust back. And in this case, Mykhailo Mudryk was pushed to the edge. He can believe in Jesus, but Jesus will not make fans trust you. You have to work hard. Mykhailo Mudryk is not the first footballer to go down this path. Let's be honest, the pressure to perform at the highest level, especially after such a massive transfer fee, can mess with your head. When Mudryk signed for Chelsea, we all thought he'd set the Premier League on fire. His pace, his skills, his ability to turn defenders inside out, it was all supposed to make him the next big thing, but that dream turned into a nightmare. From the very first games, it was clear something wasn't clicking. You could see the effort, no one can deny that. But effort alone doesn't win matches, and effort alone doesn't justify an piece 5 million price tag. Fans started to grow impatient. Where's the end product? They'd ask. Why can't he score? Why does he keep losing the ball? Game after game, Mudryk struggled. Every misplaced pass, every missed chance, it all added up. And when the fans turned on him, you could see it in his eyes. He wasn't just playing against the opposition anymore. He was fighting the voices in his head, the boos from the stands, and the weight of a nation's expectations. Let me tell you something. Footballers are human too. They bleed, they cry, they feel pain. But in this world, we forget that. We look at them like machines, expecting perfection every time they step onto the pitch. And when they don't deliver, we tear them apart. That's what happened to Mykhailo Mudryk. Do you know what it feels like to be labelled a flop before you've even settled into your new team? To wake up every day knowing that people are mocking you online, calling you a waste of money. Mudryk knows. He lived it, and that's why I'm not surprised he turned to substances. Does it make it right? No, but it makes sense. When the world is against you, when you feel like you're drowning and there's no one to pull you out, you'll do anything to survive. For Mudryk, survival meant finding a way to perform, to silence the critics, to make the fans love him again. Look at the way he started this season. Out of nowhere, the guy was moving differently. More energy, more aggression, more confidence. At first we thought he'd finally turned a corner. We wanted to believe he was working hard behind the scenes, that he was finally adapting to the Premier League. But now we know the truth. Let's not pretend this was a random mistake. The FA doesn't just pick names out of a hat. They do their research, they run their tests, and when they catch you, it's because they've got proof. Mudryk can write all the sweet, inspirational posts he wants, but the facts don't lie. He was using. And here's the thing, football is unforgiving. Once you're caught, the stigma sticks. No matter what he does from here on out, people will always look at him and wonder, was it real or was it the drugs? That's the harsh reality Mudryk now has to face. But before we crucify him, let's take a step back and ask ourselves, what drove him to this point? Was it the pressure of being a record signing? Was it the constant criticism? Or was it something deeper, a feeling that no matter how hard he tried, he would never be enough? When Mudryk joined Chelsea, he was full of hope. He posted Bible verses, talked about his faith, and seemed like a humble, hard-working kid. But faith alone doesn't win football matches. You can believe in Jesus all you want, but if you're not delivering on the pitch, the fans won't care. When Mudryk joined Chelsea, he was full of hope. He posted Bible verses, talked about his faith, and seemed like a humble, hard-working kid. But faith alone doesn't win football matches. You can believe in Jesus all you want, but if you're not delivering on the pitch, the fans won't care. And that's where it all fell apart. Mudryk wasn't just playing for Chelsea, he was playing to prove himself, to justify the money, to make the fans believe in him. And when that belief didn't come, it broke him. Let me ask you this, how many of us could handle that kind of pressure? How many of us could be humiliated in front of millions and still get up the next day, ready to fight? Mudryk tried. He really did. But sometimes trying isn't enough. Substances don't just enhance performance, they mask pain. And I'm not just talking about physical pain. I'm talking about the kind of pain that eats away at your soul, that keeps you up at night, that makes you question your worth. Mudryk wanted to be a hero, to give the fans something to cheer about. But instead of working through his struggles, he took a shortcut. And now he's paying the price. The fans who once criticized him are now either defending him or completely turning their backs. Oh, he's innocent, some say. He'd never do that. But let's be real, why would the FA target him if they didn't have proof? This isn't a conspiracy. It's a consequence of the choices he made. Mudryk's story isn't just about one player. It's about the brutal world of professional football. It's about the way we build players up, only to tear them down when they don't meet our expectations. It's about the mental toll of being in the spotlight, of carrying the hopes of millions, and of trying to live up to impossible standards. Do I feel bad for Mudryk? Yes, I do. He's young, he's talented, and he's clearly struggling. But that doesn't mean mean we should excuse his actions. Choices have consequences, and Mudryk is learning that the hard way. If he wants to come back from this, he needs to own up to what he did. No more statements about faith or hard work, just the truth. Because until he's honest with himself and with the fans, there's no way forward. Mykhailo Mudryk still has a chance to turn things around, but it's going to take more than talent. It's going to take accountability, humility, and a willingness to do the hard work. Right now, he's at rock bottom, but sometimes rock bottom is where you find the strength to climb back up. If Mudryk can face his demons, if he can rebuild his career the right way, then maybe, just maybe, he can become the player we all thought he would be. But for now, let's stop pretending he's innocent. Let's stop making excuses. Let's hold him accountable, while also remembering that behind the scandal is a young man who just wanted to be loved, to be respected, to be enough.